In this video, I'll provide an overview of our mini case study discussion boards. And so you'll notice I've actually minimized the other modules so it's easier to see. It's a helpful tip to know that you can just click on the little arrow here to open up a module or to minimize a module, so that way you're not scrolling down forever to get to the module that you actually want. And that's where you're watching this video right now of the mini case study discussion boards overview. And the link below that is the discussion board itself. So I'll go ahead and click onto the discussion board. So throughout the semester, you're going to be doing 2 discussion boards that involve a mini case study. This is intended to prepare you for the final case study that's worth 100 points. So these discussion boards will let you practice writing about a case study, as well as letting you see other people's responses to a case study analysis. So here are the instructions for the discussion board.
For your original post, you'll write 8 to 15 sentences by the end of the week, and then you need to reply to 2 other students with 3 to 5 sentences by the following week. This discussion board is worth 15 points, 10 for your original post, which is about 2 paragraphs of content, and 5 points for your 2 peer posts.
So for the case studies, you're going to imagine that you are a financial advisor and an individual or family has come to you seeking advice. In this case, the person seeking advice from you is Jennifer Berry. Jennifer has some specific questions for you, but your method is to first understand her situation and ask lots of questions in order to come up with good solutions for her. So based on your questioning, she provides the following information here in the bullets. So you'll want to carefully read through Jennifer's background and current financial situation. Jennifer came to see you because she has several questions. So you'll notice here that I've got 4 questions, 1 for each chapter. You have to pick 2 questions to answer out of the 4. You're welcome to do more if you want, but you only have to pick 2. And don't necessarily just pick the first 2. Pick 2 that you find interesting or that you want to challenge yourself, with the goal being that once everyone in the discussion board picks 2 questions to answer, all the questions will get answered and you'll be able to see different recommendations for each question. So once you've picked your questions, you're going to answer the questions by providing recommendations. In addition, you need to explain why the recommendation is appropriate for her situation. So in other words, imagine if Jennifer's standing in front of you asking these questions. You need to be persuasive and informative and convince her that the recommendation you're giving her is good. Hence, you have to explain the recommendation in detail, step by step, what she must do, as well as why it matters or why it's good for her. In order to do this, you must use textbook material as the basis of your explanation to demonstrate your understanding of the material. And for convenience, and to avoid any excuses, I have identified the relevant chapter and the concept or terminology is bolded for each question. So look for those terms in the chapter, make sure you understand it, and know how to advise her on that particular topic. For your 2 peer posts, you must include at least 2 of the following to someone who hasn't received a peer response yet. You can give them a compliment, a comment, a connection, or a question. Later in the semester, you'll have another discussion board with a different case, but it will be the same process, where the client will describe their background and have a series of questions covering certain chapters that you can pick to answer. For the final case study, it's going to be a handful of questions and you have to answer all of them. But for practice, you only have to do 2 questions, although you can do more if you want. And I would be giving feedback so that you know how to answer and provide good recommendations for others' personal financial situations. If you have any questions, just let me know.